I think I found the best method to check proxies. Seriously, it should really show you what you need to check. Of course, at first, I contacted random proxy services support to get advice on this issue. And here's what they answered. Check through ifi.com. Check through huir.net. We don't do checker-based matching. Use our online checker. Try IP leak, IP location, proxy checker, browser leak, etc. And guess what problems I found as a result of these checks? The most innocuous thing is that you only get some of the actual information in a format that is not user-friendly. In reality, this information is worthless to use, or you don't understand what to really pay attention to. Because, well guys, where do these checkers get the information about other services' anti-fraud systems? Just think about it. Any major service is constantly working on its anti-fraud, and it's unlikely that some free service will give you real information. Some checkers even give information about internal IP of a proxy. Who needs it? No thanks. We are only here because of the external proxy IP. Some checkers give absolutely incorrect information about location and provider. I guess their databases are frozen in time, like mammoths. And naturally, you start to get angry at proxy providers. Remember, it's always someone else's fault, but not yours. Or did it sound different? One more nuance. Well guys, free cheese happens only in a mousetrap, and only for the second mouse. Have you already figured out what I'm talking about? No? Then you should know that there are some free checkers out there that don't really work for free. They steal your proxy data or other data, so think 10 times before you put your proxy data into fields on the page of the free checker. So, we understand that all methods of proxy security checks above are bullshit. So, what should we do then? I didn't understand AZ at first, but I found the following advice. First, if you already have everything working and working well, why would you bother with this stuff? Secondly, if you're checking the proxy before you start working, then check that the following parameters are correct: DNS, WebRTC, and time. Thirdly, if you have problems with your work and you blame it on proxies, then check for DNS, WebRTC, and time leaks first too. I'll not go into details describing definition of these parameters, but I will try to add information about them in the description of this video. And the name of this heading will be maybe Proxies Inside Out. But why does this tip about checking these parameters work? Carl, it turned out to be unrealistically simple. Because for all anti-fraud systems, this is an easy way to weed out suspicious users at once. You can check these parameters in one fell swoop at iProfile.com. You can also check them at, I don't know where. I found one good site and use it. Simply type iProfile.com into your browser, find the extended version button, go down to the interactive detection section, and immediately see the time section and check. IP address and WebRTC must match. DNS must match the geo provider. The only exception is DNS from Google. The provider does not have its own, and this is absolutely normal. Under the time section, the local and system items must be the same. Who wants to know what to do if you check and find something does not match? Let me know in the comments and I'll make a video. At least I'll try. By the way, always remember proxy checking can be useful, in some cases even mandatory, but it's not an exhaustive and sufficient source of proxy information. Perhaps if Martin Luther King had known about proxies, the phrase would have appeared. I dream of a world where proxies are judged not by their IP addresses, but by their heuristic qualities. Maybe. But why do you ask? Well, because any normal service has its own anti-fraud, which is no way related to check sites. And these services may use other metrics or parameters that will detect a potential threat. When I was choosing a proxy provider, I considered for myself 3 main points to ensure that the proxy was right for me. There is the geo that I need, there is adequate support that actually handles my issues, there is a free period to make sure I know the proxies work even better for me than I imagined. So I choose Astra Proxy. And they have a whole team that does development, support, and everything else. They're unrealistically cool. You can evaluate their work too. The link is in the video description, and if you check the description, you'll find a promo code for a discount. So, how do you check if the proxies are reliable or not? Only by test. The easiest way is to use full free proxy test. So, my dears, I hope you are using the video wisely and will no longer blindly believe in free online checkers. After all, as a wise man said, free cheese comes only in a mousetrap and only for the second mouse. With information from this video, you will definitely enrich your professional knowledge. If you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to continue watching great content. That's all for now. I hug you and I'll see you in the future videos.